Hey everybody, Chev here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick disclaimer. The upcoming Echoverse episode has not been professionally edited the way they normally are. With the holidays and everything, it's been difficult for everyone to coordinate and get all the stuff we usually do for the podcast done. But we want you guys to still experience the show and enjoy it, so it's just coming to you in its raw format. I apologize if there's a lot of rules discussion or pauses and stuff that you're not used to. But the game was still fun, and I hope you enjoy. There we go. All right. Welcome back to another episode of With Disadvantage. This is Season 1, Episode 9 of Echoverse. I'm your host and DM, Chev. And with me today we have almost a full crew. We're just missing a couple. We got Kayron. Want to introduce yourself, Kayron?
My name's Alan. I'm from Miami. How you do?
It's been a little while since we've had you on. We're going to have to catch you up today.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and since we also got Lulu.
This episode of Echoverse is sponsored by Your Brand Here.
Your brand here.
The most generic. Amazing.
All right, and then also we have shenanigans. Except for today, I think you're Razzmatazz right now.
Yep. I'm Dakota. Wait, no, I'm Razzmatazz.
What?
Gonna be playing Rainbow.
Okay. Welcome, Dakota. I mean Razzmatazz. All right, and then with us we also have Furlough. What's up, Furlough?
In 2019, a government accountant went home to find his family abducted by well-connected people, a crime to which they wouldn't admit. This worker escaped from his shady desk job to the Toral Underground. Today, still wanted by politicians with shady agendas, he survives as a soldier of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find him, maybe you can hire Furlough Stampkins.
That was awesome.
I love that you put that together.
Honestly,
That's amazing.
Honestly, did not know where that was going. That was fucking.
Shut up, fucker.
I knew exactly where that was going.
All right. El Sacapunto.
I am Mirma. I play the bugbear monk El Sacapunto, and he likes to punch things.
But what else does he like to do?
Oh, yeah, I know. He sings!
All right, so let's catch you. Kieran, do you remember what happened the last time you were here?
Last I remember, I don't. Oh, wait. No, kind of.
Just give me anything you got. It'll clue me into where I should start.
Okay. I do remember that we ended up flying in a ship made out of a person.
Was it Lulu or Shenanigans?
Someone that we told to take it for the team. I think it was Lulu.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to give us a whole overview of the whole entire Echoverse campaign. Just a real quickie. We started off. All the players met in Phandalin, trying to find work, and Gundren was able to give you guys some tasks, taking his cart into town. Excuse me, not in Phandalin. You guys were in the town of Neverwinter, and your task was to deliver the cart to Phandalin. On your way there, you got into some trouble and encountered a couple dead horses. The party went around exploring, realized that there was some fishy things going on with some weird rifts opening up left and right. You guys went on a few adventures into some alternate dimensions. I think we ultimately ended up discovering Kayron in Phandalin, and then you guys made your way into your first indication of the Black Spider having secret bases all around you that everyone's unaware of. The lab, where we met Lulu. And Lulu joined the party, and you guys have been trying to unravel the mystery of the Black Spider ever since. You were beamed up by modifying the ring platform in the lab. You were beamed up to a space station orbiting your home planet, Toril. And from there, you guys were able to try to... you met the gnome Fitz, who is with you now. And Fitz was able to tell you some stuff about what's going on, but not a lot. He's basically only working for the Black Spider under duress. His family has basically been threatened if he doesn't do what the Black Spider wants him to do. And so he told you everything he knew about the station being a giant Simvolk bent to the Black Spider's will through the use of technology, emanating stasis fields that can control the metabolic structure of a Simvolk and form them into anything that they want or need. And makes for very malleable structures. And so these space stations have kind of been littered around the solar system. And from what you guys have been able to gather, they seem to siphon energy off of the bodies that they orbit. And that energy seems to be siphoned off of the planets and moons themselves through the use of these giant pylons. You guys were able to save Tanith by disabling the stasis field and activating a rift and sending him through the rift as he shrunk. Just as he was shrinking, you guys were able to use shenanigans with a mini stasis field to turn him into a spaceship. You guys made your way through the solar system to the second of 3 planets in the solar system, Torque, T-O-R-K. And this planet was very odd. It was made of this weird copper metallic looking alloy everywhere. Even the plants and trees and birds, everything was made of some weird metal alloy. You guys found out you guys noticed as you were landing that planet was covered in a shitload of those pylons. That was actually your first encounter with those pylons. You guys made your way to Fitz's grandfather's house, and he was going to give you a little place to stay. But I think Fitz immediately carted you guys off to talk to Queen Vera about everything that's been going on because, oh, that's right, I missed a big point. As you guys left Toril exploded behind you. The moon, Omar, and Toril and everything exploded right behind you guys. And you guys haven't figured out exactly why that happened yet, but it seemed like the station was overloaded, and that's what happened. I knew it happened. I just forgot that it happened at that moment. And so you guys got to Torque. Well, your families are gone. Everything was behind you. And so you're trying to find answers to what's going on. You guys went to talk to Queen Vera. Queen Vera seemed off, to say the least. Fitz was skeptical. The guards that were at the foot of her base, or her little palace, you guys convinced them to tell you that they think something's going on, but they wouldn't tell you any more than that. You guys made your way to the nearest pylon, worked your way to the top, and destroyed it. And as soon as you did, you took a nap for the night, and the next day when you woke up, I think you took a rest before that. And then you guys woke up, and the moons around Torque were exploding, and then finally Torque itself exploded, and you were washed over with a bright white light, and you woke up, and time had reset to 2 weeks earlier, where you all met back in Neverwinter again. From there, you guys have made your way through the town again, but this time with a little bit of an advantage, knowing things that are going to happen. You noticed a few subtle changes here or there. Almost as though somebody else is also aware of the time loop and doing things differently than they did before. You guys made your way back to Tanith, found Fitz again, and Fitz mysteriously could not solve why Tanith's stasis field was failing in a different way this time than the previous time. He stayed on the station to tried his best to repair it. You guys made your way up north, found yourself a pylon on your own home planet, Toril, right on the North Pole. You figured that you would need Fitz's help, so you guys went back and got him. He came, helped you destroy the pylon. The energy stopped siphoning off of Toril, and Tanith's stasis field was stabilized. It didn't go back to 100% though until you guys destroyed the second pylon at the South Pole. And after that, the stasis field seemed to be able to repair itself up to 100%. You guys left the southern pylon via a set of transportation rings that you guys have been using. Just a technological device that's been left in all sorts of places, presumably by the Black Spider or his minions. And you guys used the teleporter to go wherever it was wired to go, since there was no controls to change it, and you ended up in an underground cave. You left the ring pad there, which was for some reason 4 times larger than the traditional ring transport pads that you guys have used. And you ended up in a big fight underground with lots of giant rats and smaller rat swarms. Havabir was carried off by those swarms and never to be seen again. You guys don't know what happened to him. The rats swarmed and overwhelmed him and carried him away. Presumably to see Ratican. No, nobody gets the reference. All right. Okay, and so then the
Somebody's gonna get that and be like, "Yeah, I got it."
Ratican, oh Ratican. And then the half the party went down the other tunnel. There was 2 tunnels that split off as you guys headed south. And half the party ended up fighting a bunch of phase spiders that had a nest in the ceiling of this big giant mine shaft that just seems to head off to the southeast, almost endlessly. After getting past the phase spiders, the party made it out of the tunnel into a large meadow. And behind you, as you exited the tunnel, is just the base of a mountain. You guys set up camp at the camp there. I think it was Furlough, Lulu, and Shenanigans. You guys all set up camp there and waited for the rest of the party to catch up. They finally did. You guys all began to take a long rest at the base of this mountain when all of a sudden... Oh, and first Shenanigans used Thunder Wave to damage his allies for some reason. Oh, it was to send a sound down the corridor to let you guys know where to go. And so you guys did hear the sound. The rest of the party did hear the sound. And also, Shenanigans destroyed the gate at the exit that Furlough had so smoothly lockpicked. And the gate went flying off of its hinges. The party caught up. You guys all tried to take a long rest when all of a sudden a loud booming sound shot through the sky. Everything began to shake. Rocks fell. A giant sort of metallic-looking boulder. It looked kind of metal because it was smooth, but you don't know if it was metal or stone for sure. And it crashed onto your camp, broke in half. You guys walked out into the meadow a little ways and realized you were underneath a giant pyramid. A perfectly smooth surfaced pyramid. And you guys climbed your way up the, I think, 100 or 200 feet of jagged rock to get to like where the base of this pyramid began. And then from there you guys climbed up, I think, what was it, like 25 feet or something? Or 50 feet? Something like that. To get into this little hatch where this like little cannon looking pipe was sticking out. You guys made your way into this pipe, and as you progressed forward, you saw that there was the candlelight ahead in this room that you guys are in. Here, let me share you the sheet now. Can you guys all see that sheet?
Yes.
Okay, and so you guys made your way through this tunnel and found candlelight. You tried to be sneaky, but eventually you ended up spooking the orc in here that was doing some sort of work on this bloody, gory table surrounded by candles. And there's this big pentagram thing in the middle of the room over here, and in the middle of it was this giant dark tree. Well, Shenanigans decided to summon, I think, was it 8 wolves? And those 8 wolves went running after the orc as he ran off that direction behind the
I believe
tree.
it was 10 wolves with it's too many feet of dog.
Oh, was it 10? Okay.
No, I think it was 8 wolves, but it was 10 feet of dog.
Oh my god. All right.
These are
Whatever.
weird measurements.
It was a lot of fucking dog, dude.
Too many feet of dog got destroyed by this killer demon tree as it came to life and speared all the dogs as they were sniffing around trying to find this orc. And it strung them up in this tree, and it's like it's devouring them now, and that's where we've left off. You guys are now staring up at this giant tree as blood and gore is dripping down its branches, and you just hear this, like, it's almost like the tree is breathing. It's like, as it's like pulling these dogs slowly down the branches and shredding them even more and like absorbing the meat.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, and when you guys heard the big boom outside, I forgot to mention, you guys all looked up and you saw some sort of pod or something jettison from the top of the pyramid and clear the atmosphere.
The iPod?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it was an iPod. Good job.
Are the dogs dead?
Yeah, your dogs are toast.
Yeah.
I think that
I just literally said they was devouring the meat.
Well, they can be devouring live dogs, but I think that once they just kind of vanish.
I don't know. Whatever.
How do I
There's a
pull
tree
up
covered
the-
in meat.
So,
The tree meat. The tree meat.
question.
How do I
Uh-huh.
pull up the map? again?
So, does Lulu, or is Lulu like close enough to have seen what happened and see the tree?
Yes. So you guys are all in this corridor now. You guys have all watched in horror as this tree scooped up these dogs and massacred them.
I want to throw my torch at the tree.
Okay, I think someone already Furlough. Didn't you try to light the tree on fire?
Yes.
Yeah,
all,
and I
all
think
the
all that
blood is keeping it from
I think
getting.
all that did was light
fire.
So the tree was on fire at the base, but then it like lit up the pentagram around the tree underneath the tree. There was like oil or something in the little grooves on the floor.
Some seriously occultist shit, bro.
In that case, I don't throw my torch.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry to. How do I pull up the map again? Because it just exited out for me and I can't find it. There we go. Thank you.
hmm
Right at the tree. I'm gonna cast Dust Devil, level 3.
Can I? How about we? One moment. Let me collect my thoughts. There is a giant tree that's devouring dogs in front of us. I don't think we should like right away go out and like start fighting it. We should try to like find out more about it.
I think we should send out Shenanigans to go see if it's gonna eat him.
I run out into the tree.
Oh gosh,
For
really?
real?
Yeah.
God.
You're sure that's what you want to do?
No.
I was gonna say, wow, was that easy?
You need to be smarter than that, Rainbow, because eventually I'm not going to warn you and you're just going to suicide. So.
Well, and,
Oh man, that's gonna be the day.
Be nice.
I'm gonna
I
cast.
lick the darkness.
I'm gonna cast Dust Devil level 3 at it.
Okay. And that's the same Dust Devil you've always used before, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you move your hands around and you do you say something? I think you have to have a verbal component, don't you?
I say, when you fight, go destroy that tree.
All right, so the wind begins to swirl around at the base of the tree. The flames that are lit up in this pentagram start blowing around in the wind, but they don't go out completely. They just dim a little bit, and the winds begin swirling around. And there's a bunch of blood and gore all around this room. Think like Doom. It's just like covered in grossness, and it all begins to pick up and swirl into this vortex. The tree is untouched by the wind; it doesn't even move. But the gore and blood on it are kind of pulled off of it and sucked into this vortex. It's now this swirl of blood just swirling around in this room, and eventually you can't see the tree hardly at all. Occasionally, one of its sharp branches pokes through the vortex, but that's all you can see.
Can I take it? Like, can I? Hold on. Wait. We're going in order, yeah? No.
What?
Are we
We're
going?
not actually in combat yet.
Yeah.
No.
Can I want to move like close enough to try and like look into the room, see if I can see anything like telling about what the hell is going on here. What the fuck is it happening?
Okay. And so is that where you move? Right where you are right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Excuse me, a Dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
So open your sheet, and then
yeah, you go to Dex, right?
that right column under saves.
Yeah, got you. Boom. Oh, didn't roll it. Okay, thank you for that.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Fuck
right.
you, man.
Yeah, done goof. Yeah, done goof.
All right. So as you step closer, you hear suddenly this booming groan. And you hear the creak of like bark and branches. It's like snapping, and this tree steps forward out of the vortex, bends down, and stabs you right through the chest with one of its sharp branches. And you feel it just puncture right through the back of you, and it lifts you up in the air, and you are now being held by this tree up in the air, and you take 50 points of damage.
Yes, all right.
So I'm not. Go ahead, Bunsen. That's your question.
Chev,
What?
is Chiron within my grapple range?
No.
Shit.
I'm gonna cast Chev's most favorite spell in the world, Conjure Animals at level 5.
Again? Aren't you out of
You
spell
said-
slots yet?
Not for
You
5.
said 50, right?
And I'm gonna cast one beast of challenging 2 or lower, and that's gonna be 2 because it's at level 5. It's doubled. 2 see what I want to pick. Rhinoceros.
Beavers.
Well, hold up, guys. I also have a thing that, like, if I get damage, I could cause fire damage towards that, whatever.
But we
causes-
already tried that.
Yeah, question.
Well,
would I
we
be
could try it
able to-
again.
Will I be able to move forward at all to try to grapple Chiron out of the grasp?
There's nothing stopping you from moving forward.
All right.
I wouldn't do that. I
wanna
wouldn't
step
do
forward.
that.
Yeah, I want to step forward enough that I can reach Chiron and try to tug him off.
And can I cast my hellish rebuke?
All right.
And once the animals are.
I just want you to know. I just want you to know I have rope, by the way.
So once the 2 rhinoceroses are summoned, I'm gonna have them run in. I'm gonna run right next to them, and I'm gonna charge into battle to the tree.
Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay, so you summon 2 rhinoceroses, you said?
Yeah, and there's gonna be one on the left and one on the right of me, and we're all gonna run into the tree to charge it.
Alright, I don't have any rhinoceroses, so you get this big-ass toad thing.
I'm getting my sword out, and we're all gonna attack the rhinoceroses and me. We're gonna run up close and attack it.
You're gonna run up to the tree and attack it.
Yep. No, yeah. Where's me at?
Well, okay.
My token's not out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
is.
see.
Okay.
It was cool if I did the hellish
Alright,
rebuke.
so
We're gonna.
hold on.
we're
You
gonna go
cast a
more like
spell.
this,
Hold,
sorry.
hold. You're gonna run up to right to the trunk, huh? Okay.
Yeah, right up to the trunk.
Alright, so
Oh,
you
shit.
cast the toads and you're about to run out there. Lulu, first, you spoke up before he acted with that, so you're trying to grapple Chiron to save him?
Yeah, I'm trying to tug him back down to save him. Yes.
Okay. Alright, go ahead and roll a grapple check then.
All right, that's just athletics.
Yep.
13.
Okay, so you reach out to grapple Chiron, and the tree just lifts its branch up, and Chiron slides further down this like spindly looking branch, and you're holding on for dear life, Chiron. You're trying to hold still and not suffer any more pain, but you take 10 more points of damage.
Jesus fucking Christ! All right, I'm definitely gonna. I'm casting my hellish rebuke too. By the way, let me do the damage though.
Okay. And we should probably roll initiative at this point. Are you guys all going to engage the tree, or is it just so far a little bit of Lulu and then full on shenanigans and toads and rhinos?
Deforestation time. Here we go.
So I just want to make sure that you know what my rhinos are doing. They're doing a full charge under that tree. And they're gonna ram that tree.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Okay.
We're running a train on that. But yeah, hold up. I'm gonna.
Running a train on that wood. I see what
I'm
you
gonna
did
cast,
there.
I'm gonna cast my my thing.
Oh.
My hellish rebuke. My hellish rebuke.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
hellish
thanks.
rebuke. So I have to roll a d20 for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. You gotta tell me.
Okay, hold on. Let me read it really quick again. Because my brain was all like, what? Hellish Rebuke, basically, I point my finger at the creature that caused me damage, and it's momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature must take a dexterity saving throw. If on a failed save, it takes 2d10 of fire damage, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay.
Can
Alright,
it even
so-
make a dexterity saving throw? I mean, it is rooted.
I'm not gonna roll anything because the fire reaches out and just kind of the tree doesn't even seem to be phased. There's still fire blazing at its base. There's now a blood tornado surrounding it. It seems pretty unfazed.
I think we might have taken on a fight. That's kind of fun, guys.
Does it heal you or something? Is that why you used it?
No, it's just to cause damage.
Oh, okay. All right, and then Rainbow, you summon these two large rhinoceroses. Is that an actual creature? It said you can choose.
Yeah, and then list.
How do you spell it? RHI. And okay, I found it. Let's see. All right. Okay, and so these two rhinos, they immediately charge the base, and as soon as they do, these bloody, gory spikes shoot right out of the base and just spear right through both rhinos' heads. And the rhinos just, and then the rhinos kind of fall at the base of the tree, and then tons more tiny little spikes just kind of poke up right out of the base of this tree, and immediately start goring these rhinos into just these little meat piles, and absorbing them. Are you still gonna follow them?
Yeah, I was right between them.
Okay, so you were right between them. All right. You also are speared right through the head, and you take 50 points of damage as the spear goes right through the side of your face.
All right.
And you
Yeah,
are
let me
now
look at my-
you are now held in place, barely conscious. You are very disoriented as this thing has gone through part of your head.
Oh boy. I have an idea, but it would take time for me to explain it to Sakapunto.
Am I able to cast a spell?
No, not at this point. You already.
Can I bite the tree?
No, you're held in place by a spear through your face. You really can't move or do anything anymore.
Okay.
All right.
I'm still kind of stuck. Just got it.
All right, we're
Big
gonna
old
start.
man.
We're gonna start the turn order now, and since you just went Kairon, I'm gonna go. Actually, no, that wasn't your turn, right? The Hellish Rebuke was like a reaction type thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it is your turn then.
Oh, goody. So I'm gonna use my my actions. Which one do I have here? I mean, does that really work if I'm dangling in the air?
I mean, you have free movement of your arms are holding on to the thing to remove pressure off of to help offset your weight.
So I could try to do disengage, right? Take the disengage.
Well,
Yeah,
you basically have to try to roll to get out of a grapple.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then.
Oh, Chef, I know you have your notifications off, so I sent you a message.
So I roll for taking which one do I roll for that? To get out of a grapple. It's strength, dexterity, right? Strength.
It's either athletics or acrobatics. It's up to you.
Hold on, let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna do acrobatics. I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of this.
Okay.
All right. Oh my god.
All right. So you flail around, but the more you move, the more it hurts, and you take 3 more points of damage as you're just trying to do anything you can to get away, but you're just stuck there.
So, guess what? I am now in death throes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes.
All right. Do you make an initial saving throw, or is that just for the next turn?
Good question.
I think it's for the first turn that you are your first full turn where you are under.
Okay, so you're unconscious now.
Well,
all right, and then we are on to Furlough. Okay, so Furlough, you've noticed that the fire has had no effect. There's this big giant blood tornado swirling around, and you watch as the wind now has put out the candles around the table, the little workshop table that's between you guys and the tree where the orc was working.
I'm sorry to interrupt there, but do I have to do a saving throw for the dust devil that I'm in?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you do.
Let's see, strength check of 14.
You should have never said nothing. That's a
Where
good
is strength? Oh, I can do that for my list now, can't I?
Yes, please.
Is it in abilities to strength?
It's under saves. It's the right column on the front of your sheet. That's a check. That's not a save.
Where's the save then? I see it now. I failed. Alright.
Alright, so how much damage do you take from your own shit?
Let me look at the things, how much damage it takes. 1d8. Is that the d8? Actually, I can just pull up the spell, can't I? Where's this?
I thought you just rolled the save. I thought you just need to know what the save is.
No, I need to know what the damage is, don't I? It says roll 1d8.
Oh, right. Never mind.
The D8 is
Where's the spells at? Is it under skills or what?
On
It's under
D&D
skills.
Beyond?
Yeah.
No.
No, I mean in the fantasy grounds.
Under
Oh,
abilities,
it's
I
under
think.
abilities, your last tab. Or actions.
I'm not seeing anything in here for spells.
That's like your whole actions tab is spells.
Oh, actions? I'm in abilities.
Yeah, I said actions. I corrected myself.
Oh, okay. Where is... Well, 3... I don't see it in here. I'm just gonna roll d8.
Okay, fine. Let's get back to Boris's turn. So the wind is blowing around. You notice that it's blown out the candles, and then also a book on the table catches your eye as the pages are now blowing open.
All right. I'm going to go over to that book and I'm going to read it, try to look, see what information I can glean about this tree and how to fucking kill it.
All right, so you go up to the book and it's kind of hard to see with the wind whipping around now and the candles are out. You have dark vision? I can't remember. Does not look like you do.
No.
Okay, so you're looking at the pages and there's still some light in here, but it's dim, and so it's hard to see anything. Plus, this book is clearly covered in blood spatters.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
So you can keep the book, or you can leave it there. You can try and light something to see it, or you can try to attack. It's up to you. You have an action.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to take the book, and am I able to move it anymore?
Are you able to move more? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I think you moved what, like 10 feet? Yeah, you probably have plenty more movement speed.
I'm gonna take the book and kind of go over back behind the corner here, so that I can open up the book and try to clean up and read it without things getting in the way.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check then.
Investigation.
Okay.
11.
All right, so you're flipping through the pages, and as you're doing so, you catch one page catches your eye because you see behind a rather large blood spatter, the top of a very familiar looking tree. And then there's a paragraph that's sort of blotted out by that same blood spatter. It's like one big spatter that's kind of covering the graphic and the text a little bit. But then you can see like the last sentence in the paragraph and then the paragraph below it. Let's see, what languages do you speak, Boris? Okay, so it does, oh wait, that's not the right thing. Let's see, skills, abilities. Okay. Yeah, so you are not able to understand what the text says. The text says... hold on a second. I've never used this thing before. First time using the language thing in here.
Oh boy.
Am I able to discern what language it is?
There. Does anybody see that? Oh no, it doesn't look like anybody understands it. Does anybody have any special abilities to understand?
Well, I mean,
Is the text intended to be magical of some kind?
So from everything that you have gathered from what's going on here, it's clearly, whether it's real magic or not, you don't know that for sure. But I mean, you are fighting a demonic living tree, so yeah, it would appear that it's probably intended to be magical.
Would I be able to glean additional information with an Arcana check?
Oh, that is a very clever idea. Let's go ahead and roll and find out.
Oh!
Whoa!
Nice. All right, so
all
this
my
book.
looks transferred.
As soon as you cast this Arcana check and you're looking at the book over, it's almost like you're Neo looking at the code of the Matrix as this book just turns into this multiple colors, and you're looking through this book and just every page has a different color, just all sorts of things going on in this thing. But you can see right through the blood spatter, and you are able to read. It says only calm consensus brings end to doom.
Hey guys, so this thing says that we have to have a calm consensus to bring an end to this.
Whatever the fuck that means! And then Fitz goes and runs up to use Sakaputo and kind of hides behind you from the wind and the blood.
I'm super calm because I'm passed the fuck out. So everyone, chill out, bro.
Are you looking any more at the page, or
Just try to look, see if I can get anything and glean anything further from what we're dealing with and how to beat it.
okay?
I mean, it did say to chill out, right? Smoke some trees, bro.
Hey guys, I think we should stop trying to kill it and just calmly be one peaceful thought.
As it's like flailing around, my body kind of like is flopping around, and like I kind of give like a thumbs up as it's flopping around.
You're unconscious.
See,
I know.
see, even bobblehead over there.
Fitz looks at you and then looks back at the tree as it's like stabbing Rainbow through the face further and pushing its branch in, and the spikes are consuming the meat. And he's like, "Be calm."
Well, what are we doing here, folks?
Oh, we're still in combat, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's still Furlough's turn. I don't know if you have any bonus actions or anything you would like to do.
I would like to
nothing
relax.
particularly usable.
I would like to not die.
Alright, that's gonna be about all I can do.
Okay. All right, Lulu, it is your turn now.
Oh boy. So, Lulu is literally watching one of her comrades like die in front of her, and the other one is about to be dying. So she's very much like, she's just like, while Furlough was doing all that, she was just kind of staring in panic, and Lulu turns to Sakapunto and says,
Quick, throw me like a roof at Chiron.
You just say throw me like a roof?
Throw me like a rope,
A rope.
at Chiron.
Oh,
Oh,
The
throw me,
rope.
throw me
The
on the
rope.
roof.
Sakapuno motions to his backpack and says, I have actual rope.
I don't think rope can grab Chiron.
If you put in a lasso, can.
How do we do this if it's her turn?
So,
Well, I could hold on to my action.
so you guys can coordinate actions for sure.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm not exactly sure how it works, but we'll just wing it for now, and I'll make a note and learn more about that later because I know that's a thing. But go ahead and just say what you guys want to do, and I'll make it happen.
Okay, so I was figuring that technically speaking, what would happen? I would hold on to my turn, have Sakamoto use his turn to throw me like a rope or like a lasso towards Chiron, and then I would be able to use my turn to try to grapple Chiron off the stick.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to reach down when I can, grab Lulu's feet, and let her do whatever stringiness she needs to do, and then like whip her like a lasso over at
Yeah, that's what I
Kieran.
was thinking. Like you would make a whip
Yeah.
action, and I would stretch over and try to grab.
Okay.
Do.
All right. Yeah. So you're gonna hold on to your action then, and do you do anything else before I hand it off to Sakapunto? She happens to be next, or he happens to be next.
I don't think so. No, I mean, like I can still, yeah.
All right, then Sakapunto, you are up.
All right, so I'm gonna nod to Lulu, reach down and grab her feet, and I'm gonna whip her like a lasso.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and roll a performance check with advantage.
Hey.
All right.
I'm gonna die.
There you go.
All right, so you swing Lulu around like a lasso, and Lulu, you manage to wrap around Kairon just in time, and as the tree realizes what's happening, two more branches come at you and stab you right in the. Do you have like? Are you just like a little rope right now?
No, like I still have my basically the middle of my body is being stretched out. I still have my upper torso, like I have my arms.
Okay.
I was gonna use
All
my
right.
arms to try to
So
grab
this
them off.
so this tree then clearly recognizes you have a head, and stabs you through the face twice, and you take 50 damage.
Whoa.
I have resistance to piercing.
Yeah, that's why you took 50 instead of 100.
Oh. But like because you can't really grapple me easily, so I can still like slip out, right?
Yeah, it just stabs through you and slips back out exactly.
Okay.
But you still take 50 damage.
Okay. But am I still able to successfully procure Chiron and
You
take him
are.
off
So
the
you
branch?
you now have Kairon in your grasp, and Sakapunto, you're gonna pull back on Lulu, I assume, or
That's right. I'm gonna pull once she's got a good grasp on Kairon, I'm gonna pull her back.
okay. Roll me
Alright.
one more performance check with advantage.
Pull out king. No,
What else I can use?
bad joke.
There. Yes, it was a bad joke.
Thank you.
Okay.
At least acknowledge it.
All right, so that is just good enough as you guys pull Kairon off the branch. He kind of falls onto that table below as you pull him off the branch that's sticking upward, and he's bleeding pretty bad. And he flops down onto the table with a thud, and then you pull him back forward and off the table onto your side.
Okay. Am I able to use my held onto turn to try to like take Chiron back into the hall, like down over here? Try to stabilize him?
Sure, you still have movement.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna carry Chiron over behind this corner here.
Okay. Alright, so you guys carry Kairon over there. And Sakapunto, are you helping them?
So that was my move, or sorry, that was my action to.
Yes.
Okay, so I still have a bonus action if I want.
Yes, and also I think action surge. And Lulu, I think you can probably still use your bonus action too if you have one.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, the grapple was my action, wasn't it?
Did you already rage? last time?
I did not. I did not rage because if I
Okay.
was raging, I wouldn't be able to think clearly enough to do that.
Okay, so that is, I think that's one of the only things you can really do if you want to do it.
What's going on with Raz? He's getting eaten too, right?
Oh yeah, Raz is stabbed through the face, and he's looking pretty awful.
Is there any? Would I be able to use my bonus action to try to do some sort of medicine check to try to stabilize him?
No. Bonus
If I gave him
actions. Bonus actions they have like specific things to say they can use a bonus action. A check is an action.
Okay. Would temporary health help him at all?
Temporary health? I've never had anyone give anyone who's unconscious temporary health. I think so. I'm gonna say yeah.
All right, so that would stabilize him.
I think so.
Okay. In that case, I would like to rage.
Okay. What does that get? How does that give him health?
So I have the Sea Storm aura, and it reads here: you gain a 10-foot aura effect when you start your rage, and as a bonus action on each of your turns. When activated, one creature of your choice in your aura takes. Never mind. That's not the one I thought I had.
Oh, what does it do?
This one does damage. I thought I still had Tundra, which provides temporary health.
Lulu finishes off Kairon.
No, it's like I'm trying
in
to
a fit of rage.
No, it's like a defibrillator.
All right.
Defibrillator. Clear.
All right, then you wanted to use a bonus action, Sakapunto?
I don't think so. I don't really have anything I can do.
Okay. All right, and then we are on
Yeah, I think I'm done.
Shenanigans. It's your turn. You're barely conscious, so everything you do will be with disadvantage right now.
Even spells? Or
Yeah,
you can't do spells.
any roll that involves a d20 will have disadvantage.
Alright, I'm gonna throw my sword at it, and I rage a fit. Just a rage, just throw it right at like a dart.
You're just gonna throw the sword at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I
it's
figured
not
that
a
I'm not
throwing
thinking
weapon,
too
so
clear.
it's gonna just be like.
So I figure I'm not thinking too clear because I have something in my brain. So.
Okay, all right, makes sense. All right, so you go to throw this, and all of a sudden you see this little twinkling light swirl around the tree. It comes down one of the branches, swirls down the trunk, and it appears in front of you, and you recognize Glitters. And she says, "Raz, it's you!" And then she splits into 3 versions of herself, and starts swirling around you, and she's like, "Raz, I'm so glad I found you." Do you say anything to her? And then she says, "Oh, you have something stuck in your face. Let me do a little dance." And then she splits into even more copies of herself, and she just forms like this dancing ring around you. And all her little copies interlock arms, and they just do like little kicks back and forth, and they're just like, "Raz, Raz, we found you!" And they're just dancing and going crazy.
I'm gonna start clapping.
I just imagine this like this dance like the Me 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 episode, like the Me 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 song.
All right, and that's it for your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna clap and I'm gonna try to cheer my best girl.
All right, we are on to Kairon.
Yeah.
Got to roll a death saving throw, don't you?
I know. Yeah, I do. Get on that right now. So grab this and then do this. 17. I don't know if that's a save or not. That's not, right?
What is that death? Where'd you grab that from?
The death saves.
Did you grab the dice?
Yeah.
Just click the button, the little button.
Which one?
Under death saves, right next to S and F, there's a little button.
Yeah, I grabbed that.
Oh, you did?
10 is a successful death saving throw.
Yeah, it is successful. It just didn't mark it, so I don't know why it didn't work. But okay.
There it is.
That's fine. You saved. Sweet. All right, and that's your turn. Let's go on to Furlough again.
Please, someone help. Please. Please. I die.
Furlough?
I was about to ask myself. I was like, is he there?
Yeah, I'm here. All right. So obviously fighting it isn't fucking working. Obviously.
Doesn't appear to be.
Is the fire around the tree still burning?
It's burning, but it's like kind of muted because the wind's on top of it. But it's being fueled by like these oils and stuff underneath, so it's definitely not going out completely yet.
All right. Let's see here.
How many turns is a minute? Do you guys remember?
Not sure. Like 18?
What?
It's okay. 8? Nah, it's less than 18.
10 turns.
10,
Because one
okay.
turn is 6 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. So, let's see.
For a second, you turned Scottish, and it was great.
Okay. I'm giving her all she's got.
Okay, so
Okay,
here's
so
what we're gonna do.
Here's the
around-
Earth.
Here's the Earth.
And then Francis on like, fuck you. Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Fires and missiles, but I am tired.
Well, listen, you can take
So
it.
I am going
That
to go
fire these-
ahead and I'm going to step out to here and I'm going to try to cast Chromatic Orb using cold damage to freeze or otherwise put out the oil.
Okay. So you're aiming it at the oil.
Yes.
Okay. All right, roll it up.
23 to hit the oil.
Okay. So you I don't need you to roll any damage because it hits the oil and it instantly freezes all the little cracks that the oil is in, and everything freezes over. All the fire goes out, and now there's just there's a little pentagram of ice surrounding the tree.
Do I observe anything different with the tree's behavior?
Yes. So the tree is mostly acting normal, except for the little spikes that were like chewing up the meat and stuff of the rhinoceroses. Those spikes retract. The spike through Shenanigan's head sort of starts to retract and then stops, and then the tree slows down a little bit.
Hey guys, we're on to something here.
And Fitz finally looks out from underneath Sakapunto's shirt or whatever is his coat, whatever he's hiding behind, and he looks. He's like, "Oh, cold! Why didn't I think of that?"
Because you haven't read in Matrix.
Nobody else says anything.
I mean, I'm passed out, so I can't really say anything. I can
Yeah,
groan.
I'm trying to help Chiron, so I'm a little distracted at the moment.
You still got him in a raise to try to heal him.
Sakapunto, you're the one right next to Furlough. Do you say anything?
No, because I just got back and I missed like the beginning half of that. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. He froze the oil around the tree, and the cold put out the fire, and then also seems to have slowed down the tree slightly.
Ooh.
And then he said, "Hey guys, I think we're onto something." And then nobody said anything back to him except Fitz.
I'm not at him.
You nod at him. I just kind of do that. Yeah, we are.
Raz, at this
He
time
gives him a nod of approval.
Raz, at this
Go
time
ahead.
you observe the dancing glitters around you, and then they swirl into this big demon face in front of you, and then they stick out all their so it's a bunch of her face formed into one larger demon face, and then she sticks out all of her tongues and goes
My dad's clapping.
And after you say that, you lose consciousness and you pass out.
Wow.
All right, is that it for your turn, Furlough? Hello?
Yep.
All right, Lulu, it's your up.
Okay, I would like to use my action to attempt to administer first aid to Charon.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
What the fuck was
All
that?
right, so this wound through his chest is just intense, and you're able to tell that it's pretty bad, but you're not really able to think of anything you can do to fix it at this point in time.
You know what you could do? Lulu like sees that there's like a giant cavity in his chest, and this is like, I'll stop the bleeding, and just like goes and like pushes herself out into the wound to stop it.
That's pretty clever.
I mean, shit. I guess that ends my turn.
Okay.
You don't have anything in your inventory that can help?
Really? I don't think so. I can check. Equipment, mess kit, rations, rope, dinner box, torch. I have the hand bracelet, but I don't think that has anything healing on it.
Hmm.
You don't think, but you don't know.
Cauterize the wound. Cauterize the wound.
Only thing you should shoot lasers at his giant wound.
Chev, are you suggesting that I attempt to use my hand bracelet on him, which so far I have only known to use to activate
I didn't
the
suggest
circle
anything.
things.
Give him laser
I'm
eye surgery.
suggesting you take that torch and you put it to my wound. You know, maybe the cauterization will help. I do have flame resistance, I think.
Also, help his eye vision and give him laser eye surgery.
I mean, I also already used my medicine check. So
Yeah, so Lulu doesn't think of anything to do at this point in time, and she does not hear magical dead Kron voice.
yeah.
So Sakapunto, you are up.
I mean,
Hmm. All right. Well, I'm not a magic user. I don't have any way to make this tree cold.
Maybe you should sing to it.
it could work.
I wonder if. I don't think I really have a spell to do this, but I mean, part of being a monk is a lot of meditating. What if I just sat down and meditated?
Yeah, you can try that.
I want to see if there's a way.
Stabilize our friend.
Yeah, I want to see if there's something I have that can help heal him. I don't think there is.
You can simply attempt to stabilize him using a medicine check, like I did.
Yeah, you can.
So I'm going to. All right, I'm going to go step over to him and do a medicine check.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that. Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Well, okay.
All right, so you walk over. Lulu's standing over him with a torch, or do you want to describe what you figure out to do?
I'm going to. So I go over to him and I'm guessing Charon wears clothes, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, like kind of like a robish type thing.
Okay, well, I start ripping that into a strip and I tie it as best I can around the wounds, and I use extra strip to pack it into the wound as best as I can to, seal off any bleeding and to keep the wound packed.
Okay. It is a hole in his chest, so it's a little hard, but you managed to you managed to make it work.
I'm a monk.
Put your strips in me, yes.
Put your strips in his hole. All right, so you managed to make it work, and And Karen, you are now stable. You are still unconscious, but you are stable. You are not. You don't need to roll saving throws now.
Fuck yeah.
And then where I'm at, I'm going to sit down and meditate as my bonus action.
Okay. Well, that would be your free action.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So you sit
Yeah.
down and meditate. Lulu, are you? Let's see. Kayron, you're unconscious, so not you. Oh, shenanigans. Nope, you're also unconscious. So Furlough, you're up again.
You're still muted.
Okay, so cold seemed to do something here.
Jawohl.
So I am going to go ahead and take aim at the base of the branch that has shenanigans or Raz pinned. And I reach out and I'm going to fire off Ice Knife at it.
Okay, make your roll.
Wait.
Yeah, so that's a 22.
Nice.
Alright. So it's going to take 2 points of cold damage initially, and then the exploding ice knife part of it does another 5.
Okay, and so with that damage, the branch finally starts to crack and snaps off. And shenanigans, you fall flat on the ground with this frozen branch still through your face. But you are also still unconscious.
How far did I drop?
You're a goblin, so it was only a couple feet, probably. Like, you just fell backwards onto the ground. You didn't hit it very hard.
It was far as fuck, boy. You fell far as fuck.
Sorry, Booker's crawling into the pocket bed. So he's being loud.
Aww.
I was about to ask. I was like, "Is that the pig in the background?"
Yep. I was trying to mute myself.
It's all good, dude. Like I was just like, that sounds like a pig, but I don't wanna like. I'll be like, that's my child. I'm like, okay. And like,
Booker is his son.
it's a fur baby, but I don't know. I saw a video of a kid acting like a cat, but it was like.
All right, is that it for your turn then, Furlough?
Yep.
Okay. All right, Lulu, it is your turn now.
Okay.
Okay.
Shit, I'm afraid if we Lulu lasso shenanigan Raz. I'm afraid if we try to Lulu lasso Raz, that might actually do it for Lulu.
Or we could use actual rope. I mean, that's cool.
I mean, do you have the time to make a lasso?
I would say you could probably do that as a free action. Pull out your rope and try to form the lasso real quick with a performance check.
And somebody is also welcome to pull it out of my bag, too. Well, I guess my turn's next, so.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to hold on to my action. Because I don't know anything to do at this juncture. I'm just glad that Chiron's okay and focus on making sure that the team is okay.
Okay. Well, you don't just get to magically use it later. Like, you have to tell me if you plan to do something with it later. That's the only reason I let you hold on to it. Otherwise, you're just passing your turn.
Oh.
You can ready an action you can say if something happens, do X, Y, Z. That's an action to ready an action.
Okay.
Oh,
In that case, I think I'll move over here. Like have a sight line on the 3 different routes,
Okay.
like this, there, and there. And in case something else like comes that looks hostile, I want to ready the ability to like attack it as a reaction or something.
Okay.
So like I get my.
Do you know what
I get
ability
the-
you're readying?
Huh?
What are you
Oh,
readying?
no, I'm just
a
like-
weapon?
Yeah, I'm readying the 9 lives steel or greatsword.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, that's it for you, Sakapunto. You are up then.
Okay. I'm going to take well, first I'm going to stand up. I'm going to take that rope out of my bag.
And then you're gonna grab a brush, put on a little makeup.
That was if I wake up.
True.
God
Before I
damn it.
put on my makeup,
And I'm
have
going
to fight a
to
demon tree.
put on I'm going to tie a lasso on the rope. This is getting to be something different kind of dungeon. And I'm going to try to lasso Raz.
Oh boy, I like that.
He's unconscious. He consents.
All right, roll me two performance checks, please.
All right, there's one. And there's the other. Oh.
All right, so you form the lasso with ease. You whip out that rope and just tie
Whipped it
that
out.
knot. It's perfect. And then you go to throw it, and you trip over your own rope that you didn't realize you were standing on, and you fall flat on your face.
I say, oof.
Can I use a free action to help him stand back up?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's not how this works. That's not the action you readied.
All right. I'm gonna pretend that I didn't see that happen then.
That's the action you ready to pretend.
No, just so you know, he doesn't feel conscious. Like, did everyone see that?
The tree starts laughing at him.
He calms down enough to be like, silly men fall.
All right, so as you trip and fall on your face, is that the end of your turn, Sakapunto?
That's it. Yep.
Okay. You look up just in time to watch the tree. It's like the base of the tree like splits almost into 3 segments, and it kind of forms like a weird looking mouth. And it splits apart, and it immediately sucks in the rhinoceros corpses from the sides of the tree. And they vanish right into that side, into the trunk of the tree. And then for a split second, you see Raz start to wake up just a little bit, and then he gets absorbed into the tree as well, and then it slams shut.
Holy shit.
Huh.
Well, shit.
Oops.
And now it is. Kieran, are you stable now? Or you're stable, but you're not. You don't have any health, right?
I mean, if I'm stable, that means that like I would have, I guess, like maybe 1.
No, you remain at 0 health. You just aren't dying.
Yeah, you're just not,
okay.
you're not throwing saving throws now.
Well, I
Okay.
mean, on my thing, it doesn't let me put that.
Okay. All right, Kieran, you are up. Or excuse me, not you. Furlough, you are up.
Okay. So we got our guys pulled to safety. Do I notice any changes with the tree's behavior after it took more cold damage?
So it definitely slowed down more. It just keeps slowing down. You definitely were able to damage it finally by snapping off one of its branches. It took a lot of effort, but you were able to pull off the spike that was jutting out of its base and stabbing through Raz's face.
All right. Now I'm going to go after it directly with a cold-based chromatic orb.
Okay. Just right into the center of the tree.
Yep. 23 to hit it.
Okay, that hits it. By the way, if you can always roll hits with advantage because it can't move.
Okay. But yeah, so it takes 12 cold damage.
Okay, and so as this orb of frost hits it dead center, you watch as the frost kind of creeps. This little frost aura kind of creeps up the bark around the tree, and some of the branches go completely stiff, and it starts to groan. It's like you can't move very well anymore.
50. That's pretty neat.
Is that it for your turn?
Yep, that's about all I can do.
Okay, Lulu.
Was that Stepkins like looking at it, like being like, and be like, nifty?
All right.
Nothing like a little tree dev to uplift him.
So,
Yeah.
are you still holding the book,
Boy.
Furlough?
Yes.
Okay. So Fitz comes hopping out from behind Sakapunto now that he's seen the tree take some damage, and he's like, "Is there anything else in that book?"
Well, there's probably a lot of things in this book. I mean, it is a pretty large.
Can I see it?
Sure, just try not to get any more blood over it.
This fits pretty large.
All right, so you take this book, yeah, and it's huge for Fitz because he holds this giant book, and he comes around the corner with it over by Kayron, and sits down and starts flipping through the pages.
Oh no!
Lulu,
Oh no! I don't like this at all.
Lulu, do you do anything on your turn?
What is Fitz doing?
Fitz borrowed the book from Furlough and then went out of sight from the tree to go read it.
Okay. Is he
Over
staying?
by me.
Yeah, staying there. Like he's not
Yeah,
trying to...
yeah, he's just sitting over kind of by where Kayron is.
I would like to.
He's like sitting Indian style now with this big book in his lap.
All right. I'm going to try to gently like go over to Fitz, try to like pick him up and like move him just away from Chiron just in case, because that book looks like bad news.
All right, Fitz is like, what are you doing? Let me read.
So if he doesn't fight too much against me trying to pick him up, I'm just gonna say,
Maybe not right next to our friend who just went his way.
Okay. And then he moves a couple feet down and keeps reading.
I'm going to like poke him on his back, like maybe a little farther.
What? Why does it matter where I read the book? He says. He grumbles as he moves a little further away.
It looks evil. Okay.
Everything here looks evil.
Fair point. Fair point.
So he's just flipping through the pages.
Yeah,
Do you do anything else?
Yes, no, I'm not gonna do anything else.
Okay.
I'm just kind of like leaning on the.
I think for now I'm gonna end combat and just let you guys kind of drive the narrative with what else you'd like to try.
Okay. Right now I'm just kind of leaning on the greatsword like a big cane.
Okay. All right. So Fitz just continues flipping through these pages. The tree is still going, trying to move its branches. The frost is starting to finally melt it just a little bit, and so one of his branches breaks free of the ice and it just kind of shatters off the branch, and then the tree goes back to just kind of flailing around, and it looks like it's eating something. Like it looks almost like it's chewing the way it's moving.
It's definitely chewing on the one who went in its mouth.
No.
Like gum.
Yeah. I forgot to make a note that when Shenanigans got eaten, or no, Raz, I'm sorry. When Raz got eaten, Lulu happened to be looking down this hallway at the time, like she was just ready looking around. She didn't actually see that happen.
Okay.
which is why she's not panicked right now. She didn't see it happen.
Okay. Nobody else wants to try to do anything?
I'm knocked the fuck out, so there's not much I could be doing.
Sacapunto, Furlough, nothing.
Man, I don't know what to do about this demon tree, and I don't have any way to heal our friends.
Chiron should be okay as long as
I just out of a fit of rage, decide to go ahead and fire off another chromatic orb right at the base of the tree.
Okay.
You said with advantage?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
All right, so
goody.
you go to fire it, and the orb goes sailing past the tree and hits the wall behind it, which you cannot see because it's pretty dark back there.
I'm gonna walk over to Fitz and kneel down next to him and look at the book as if I understand and I'm following along.
Okay, so you're over by Fitz now, and Fitz gets to the page just as you arrive, where there's the picture of the tree, and he's looking at the text, and then he pulls out that device that you guys have, the one with the little antenna on it that he controls the stasis fields with, and he opens up a little. He does like a few little taps on the screen that you don't recognize, like taps areas that don't even look like they are controls, like have UI controls. And he pops open this little console, and he starts. A little keyboard pops up on screen, and he starts tapping out code on the screen. And then he asks everybody to speak into the device. He stands up and he walks around. And he's like, "Say something." He says that to you.
Something.
I look at him and I look down at the device and I just look back up at him and I say, something?
No, more than that. Say a sentence.
I look around and I say,
Mock him.
want me to say?
Say anything in any language you know.
So Sakaputo clears his throat. And then he says in his best goblin. Oh, wait, is it goblin he is? Hold on, I gotta double check real quick. I think it's. Yeah, so Sakaputo also knows goblin. So in his best goblin, he says, I'd punch that fucking tree right in its tree mouth if I could get to it.
As you talk, you see words scroll across the display. You can't tell what they say because they're in some language you don't understand, but as you speak, you can clearly tell that your words are prompting it to generate something on the display. And then he walks over to you, Lulu, and he says the same thing. Now you say something. Pick a different language.
Lulu just goes, and she thinks for a moment and then says in Celestial,
Hi, my name is Lulu, and I don't want my friends to die.
Again, you watch something scroll across the display. And then Fitz walks over to Kayron and he says, say something! And then he looks down at Kayron and he goes, oh yeah! And then he walks over to Furlough.
Okay.
He says, say something!
And then in Giant, I say, I'm Furlough Stabkins, and this is Jackass.
The words begin to scroll across the display, but then the last word gets highlighted in red and a kind of little blinking X over it, and then a little question mark appears on the display. Fitz taps it and says, "It doesn't recognize Jackass."
It's a bad word.
Elaborate. What is it? Tell the machine.
Well, you see, when a man and a woman love each other.
More words scroll across the display. Fitz kind of rolls his eyes, and then he goes over to the book, and he finds the page, and he starts to type the page it's in orc onto the display, and then this like translation program begins to run, and it translates the rest of the text. And as he holds it up for you to look at, Furlough, and as you're looking at it, it describes more details about about forming a circle of calm around the demonic presence.
Fascinating.
And you see a little picture pop up on the display from some database, and it shows a pentagram in the middle and people standing at all the points of the pentagram.
Hey guys, I think we all need to stand at the points of the thingy on the ground.
Lulu turns to you and looks at the thingy on the ground, and looks back at you and says, "Are you crazy?"
Yes, I am. But I still think we need to do this.
At that
Isn't
point,
it just match us up?
at that point, Lulu, you notice that Shenanigans is gone.
Wait, where's Shenanigans?
Wait, where's Shenanigans?
Fitz is like, you didn't see?
What?
Shenanigans, or whatever he is, Razzmatazzus, was swallowed by the tree.
Lulu just, her expression suddenly gets scared, like, oh no. Does anyone else do anything?
Well, good news. That just means if we need somebody else to stand on the points of one of the things, you just volunteered, Fitz.
Well, I don't really have any other options. I think we need to stand around the pentagram.
Will Raz be okay?
That's a good question.
Yes, we'll find out.
If we stand around the thing, is it going to eat us?
That's my concern.
Well, we've been watching it slow down with cold. I think if we can do more of that.
Okay, so Sakapuno is going to go over to Fitz and reach down like he wants to pick him up.
Okay, and he eagerly puts his hands out in the air, ready to be picked up.
So
Does he
put
give
him.
the grabby hands?
Yeah, does the grabby hands.
Sakapuno picks him up, puts him on his shoulders, and says, "Let's do this." And starts walking over to the tree.
Oh boy, no, wait! It needs to be colder! It needs to be colder! He starts screaming.
Oh, wait. And then I stop exactly where I am. And I look back at Furlough.
It needs to be colder! It needs to be colder!
Well, if it needs to be colder, we're gonna have to rest a while because I'm out of spells.
Well, Kayron could use a rest also, so...
Kayron can use a lot of things.
Yeah, maybe this would be a good point. I mean, there's nothing else hostile in the area, right? Like, we're kind of hiding in this tube.
Yeah, well, the tree hasn't been able to move as far as you guys know, so...
That's just a horrifying thought.
It's just blocking your path from chasing that orc.
I guess we could try to take a long rest here.
Horrifying thought is, as we're resting, the thing like thaws out enough and just like starts slapping us around again, like renewed vigor.
Well, I mean, it's not like it can't come over here and hurt us.
It's literally rooted.
It kind of reminds me of the Whomping Willow. You know, just...
It's kind of what I was picturing too. The Whomping Willow.
Why are you giving it a Fat Albert? Why are you giving it a Fat Albert sound?
Because
hey, I'm a demon
that's
tree.
Exactly what I always imagined. The Whomping Willow would sound like, "I'm gonna kick your ass."
come
rolls a
over here, I'm
20
gonna
and it grows
whoop
to
you.
Guys.
Hmm?
It rolls a natural 20 and it grows to you guys while you're sleeping.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll give me an answer, but is Raz/Shenanigans just dead right now?
I can't tell you that or not. You don't know. All you know is that he was swallowed by the tree.
Well, yeah. What I'm saying is, like, I'm curious. Like, is he just dead?
In Soviet Russia,
He's not gonna tell
wood
you.
swallows you.
I just
know,
said I'm
I'm
not
just-
going to tell you, and then you're like, I know, and ask the question again.
What I'm saying, what I mean is, like, I'm letting you know that I'm curious. Like, is he just dead? That's what's on my mind right now.
Well, we're gonna.
I think that's what
find out.
everybody is wondering.
I mean, honestly, I was like, what if it's like one of those things where like you think it's got like teeth and everything, but really it's just hollow inside. So he's just like sitting there, like, I don't know what's going on here, folks.
Or maybe it just has a splinter in its foot, and if you get it out, it'll be friendly.
Yeah, exactly. You know, fucking.
All right, so-
I wake up and it's like, sorry guys.
So you guys are
Or
going to take
maybe this is all caused by climate change.
Are you guys going to take a short rest or a long rest?
I think we all need a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you just sleep right there in full view of the tree? Do you take it? Does anybody take watch? What are you guys doing?
We should probably take turns watching the tree.
And we should also step to the side so that we're not in view of the tree and the close, because there was like a hatch, right, to open to this room.
Yes, there was a big metal door. So think of like a door, like a bulkhead door on like a submarine. It's kind of got a curved shape to it with a big like circular valve thing to open it. So you could slam that shut and then twist the valve closed.
So Sakapuna wants to get kind of steer everybody inside and close that big latch and then lock it up before we rest.
Okay. All right. Does everybody comply?
Yeah.
Okay. So
well, yeah,
you're all
we are.
back out in the tube. You slam the door closed. You twist the lock shut, and there is a wheel on the other side to open it. By the way, so you would see that wheel start to spin if somebody was trying to open it from the other side.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing the
that's
long
it.
rest.
You guys take a long rest. Yeah. So
Yeah. Do we take turns taking watch?
yeah, what's the watch order?
I'll take first watch.
I'll take last watch.
I'll take second watch.
Okay, and that's
I'll
each
take third
is
watch then,
what,
I guess.
2 hours. Okay. All right, perfect. And
Or
so,
watch in the middle of the night.
So for the first watch goes without any event. You periodically hear the tree groan and move around a little bit, shuffling, but nothing major. So you trade off with who was second, Lulu. Lulu, your
Yeah.
watch goes without any event as well. And then on
I
the
eat
third,
I eat a ration while I take watch.
okay, go ahead and make sure you remove that from your inventory. And then Sakapunto, on your watch, suddenly you notice, you look up and you notice the wheel. It kind of starts to creak. It's just like creaks just a little bit, and you wake up with a start. Or well, you're already awake. So never mind.
This immediately, right?
Sorry, what?
I noticed this immediately, right?
Yes, you've been intently watching, and you notice that I assumed you're sleeping in view of the door. So
The second that I see it creaking and starting to move, I want to stealthily go over to the door and just hold the wheel so it stops turning.
okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Why do I get a feeling you're gonna roll a 3?
Kidding me?
All right, so
I almost said 1.
So you get up and you step across your sleeping comrades, and you're just trying to be as quiet as possible. And as you approaching the door, you forgot about Fitz that you put down next to you, and you step right on his foot as he's laying there at your feet.
Oh,
And
poor
he's
dude.
like, ow! This big heavy bugbear steps on his foot, and he lets a loud scream, and then all of a sudden the wheel stops turning, and everything goes quiet. And then Fitz wakes up, and he's like, "Why did you step on me?"
Leaned down real close and I said, "Sorry." Right by his face.
Super
Fitz,
drunk status. Just
Fitz stands up and he's like, "Where are you going? Are you trying to sneak away?"
I say, no, the wheel. It was turning.
And then it suddenly dawns on him you're trying to be
on the
sneaky.
bus.
And he's like, "Oh, the wheel was. You don't think it's the tree?"
Sakamoto just shrugs because he doesn't know enough about trees to know if it would move. But he thinks for a second. He looks at Fritz and he says, "Should I look? Should I check?"
He just kind of looks up at you and shrugs, like, "I don't know."
All right, Sakapuno looks back at everybody else, and everybody else is sleeping pretty soundly, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hugging the great sword as I sleep.
I mean,
I'm
maybe
going to walk over to the door, and I want to. Can I try to stealth check again to open it quietly?
Yeah, you sure can.
Okay, hopefully I don't mess this one up. Okay, better than one.
So you walk over to the door and you start to turn the wheel, and as you're trying to turn it ever so slowly and quietly, it won't budge, and so you have to give it just a little more force, and then it's almost like trying to close the dryer door at night, and it's got that little has to snap closed feeling, and so it's like it snaps a little bit open and goes. But then it seems like it's dislodged itself from whatever was sticking, and so it's free to spin now. You finished spinning it?
Yep, I'm gonna finish opening it.
Okay, you now have unlocked the latch. Do you push the door open?
Only a crack? Can I push it open just a crack while bracing it?
Okay, push it open.
I have total control of the door.
And it's completely dark in there. You can't see anything.
I do have dark vision.
Oh,
Does
that's
that
right.
matter?
You do. Yes, it does. So you are able to see all the way in there, even past the tree, and so you are able to see. There we go. You're able to see all the way.
The tree is still there.
All the way into the room. The tree is still there, and the tree is almost snoring. It's like.
I wonder if we could talk to it. I was tempted to try to talk to the tree on my watch.
Sounds like my dad when he sleeps. Jesus Christ.
And you don't see anything else. But you only have the door cracked. So basically it would be like where's my mouse? So it would be like you push the door open like this far. Like pretend my line is the door, and you push it open so you can only see between the end of that arrow and the wall. So kind of like straight back this way.
I peek my head out to look behind on the other side of the door.
You sure can. Are you trying to be stealthy again?
Yes.
Okay, roll me another one.
All right. Come on, dice.
Hey.
Good.
All right, so you quietly poke your head around the door, and you look to see what's back there, and there's nothing.
That's a troll. You got that from my book, didn't you?
Huh.
That build up though.
Yes,
Oof.
Bunsen, you invented trolling.
Wait, coincidentally, question.
Just ask the question.
At the end of the long, at the end of the long rest, could Lulu be the first one to wake up? Or do you not?
Why?
Because I'm wondering if Lulu could try to talk to the tree.
Can we kind of finish what we're doing first?
Yeah, let's get through this first, please.
Okay.
All right. So I go back in the door a little bit, and I just turn to Fitz and I say, "There was no one there."
And Fitz just says, "And you saw someone turning the knob."
And I Sakapuno nods very enthusiastically.
I guess just close it again.
Right. Sakapuno nods at him and stealthily as he can steps back in and closes the door back up.
Okay. All right. So you close it back up. You relatch the lock too.
Yes.
Okay.
But then I don't move away from the door. I stand right next to it and I watch it.
Okay, for the rest of your watch?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so it's now the end of your watch, and who is taking final watch?
Me.
It was
Oh,
conscious person.
yeah, you can't, Kieran.
You just kind of got me like propped up against the wall, looking like I'm looking at the wall.
And so, as it's getting close to the end of your watch, Fitz goes, I can take over and watch for you."
All right. I nod to him and I lay down and meditate myself to sleep.
Okay. All right. So about a half an hour goes by into Fitz's watch, and he thinks he sees something or hears something on the other side. The tree is shuffling or whatever, just the same as it has before. But Fitz immediately freaks out and shakes you awake. I heard something! I heard something!
Sakaputo wakes with a little snore, like heard something. Heard what?
I heard a noise.
Sakaputo stands up and looks at the door, and he says, "Was it the door?"
No.
Oh. And Sakaputo looks around and.
I'm sorry. Go back to sleep.
Do I see anything different from looking around the room?
No. Nothing has changed.
Okay.
He just got spooked.
Sakaputo pats him on the head, and lays back down and goes to sleep.
Fitz, knowing he is the only one that's going to catch something happening while everyone else is sleeping, scoots over to put his back against this wall and sits down, and then looks eyes wide at the door nonstop for the rest of his watch.
Poor kid. Well, he's not a kid, but yeah.
All right. So as his watch ends, enough time has gone by. Kieran, you wake up and you're feeling a lot better. You have healed up. Your wounds are better. You don't know anything that's happened since you got speared by the tree and fell unconscious.
Wait. Question. Do I still have all of my pieces of like cloth in my wound that healed over it?
Yeah, you do.
Am
Like
I now part?
No, the cloth.
Am I now part cloth man?
No.
They call him a cloth man.
on each of the watches, people were checking on your bandages and stuff, and as you healed, everyone was taking care of you. Yeah.
All of this shirt stuffed
So you're
in
good.
you.
You still got a wound, like you've still got a pretty bad wound, but it's no longer bleeding, and you're feeling a lot better.
Oh, guys, my chest hurts. What happened?
And that startles you awake, Lulu.
All right, I startle up, like I'm still hugging the greatsword like a pillow as I just lay on my side and like.
What?
All right, and you look over, Kieran, and Fitz is still staring at the door, wide-eyed. Like his eyes are so wide that he's not like blinking and getting enough. His eyes aren't getting enough safely.
They're just kind of bugged out.
Yeah, they're bugged out, and his eyes are just like dry, and he just looks petrified.
I kind of like point my thumb over to him, and I like, what's wrong with him? To Sakapuno.
So Sakapuno is awake now.
Yeah, you're awake now.
Okay. And I go over to Fitz, and he's just sitting there like, he's just kind of stoned, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, he's almost just like, doesn't even notice that you guys are waking up because he's just so terrified and so intently watching that door.
I go over to him and I wave my hand in front of my face and I whisper, I say, Fitz, are you okay? Did you see something?
And Fitz just says, no, but I heard it snoring.
Sakaputo gives Fitz a hug.
Do a strength roll.
Fitz seems to calm down a little bit, but he's still staring at the door nervously.
I want to say to the others as I reabsorb the sword. I want to ask.
Could I try to talk to the tree?
Sure. I mean,
What language do you think you talk that the tree is going to understand?
I don't know, but
Love.
I do. I
He's
know. I
going to
know.
speak love to it, okay?
I mean, maybe it knows common, celestial, or primordial. I don't know.
I mean,
What
most
could it hurt?
trees, wouldn't that be more Terran?
I mean, wait, hold on. We had that book, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Kayron doesn't
Fitz
know
has the book.
about the book, but he doesn't know about the book, right? He wasn't awake for any of that, but he would obviously see a big ass tomb, like tomb,
Tomb.
in front of this small little person. He'd be like, "What the fuck's up with the book?"
Oh, and then Fitz hears you and then looks down at the book, and he says, "Oh, yeah, we figured out how to kill the tree."
Can I check it out? Maybe I might know something about it.
Okay, and he hands you the book while still staring at the door.
Okay, perfect. Let me see. I'm gonna have to roll. That would be like an investigative check, right?
So they've already gone through the book. And it's been cleaned up a little bit as best that Fitz could. So some of the blood has been wiped off, dabbed off. But you can clearly see there's a corner folded over on the page that's about the tree. And you see the picture of the people standing at the points of the pentagram around the tree, and the paragraph about a circle of calmness.
Can I?
You can't read the text though.
No, I was gonna ask if I could roll to check what type of language it would be. Maybe it's to get an idea. Maybe it's one of the ones I know.
It's not one you know, so whether you've seen Orcish before is up to you.
Ah, okay, it's Orcish. Never mind. Nope. My character only knows Common and Infernal.
Yeah.
That might have been demon shit.
It's Orcish, but whether you would know it's Orcish or not, I don't know. That's up to you.
Probably not. So cool. Points and circles. Can I do a quick count of people around? Be like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So
we're missing one.
Freya's with you. Lulu, Sacapunto, Kayron, and Furlough and Fitz.
But okay, Chiron immediately notices one person is missing. Who's missing? There's someone missing here.
Oh right.
Raz got eaten by the tree.
And
the tree, Fitz says.
Right. I got stabbed by the tree. He got stabbed by the tree, then eaten. Maybe we should try to go help him.
He got eaten by the tree.
Yeah, but like the thing shows here, if you stand at all 5 points, something might happen.
You need to freeze the tree, he said.
Freeze it. Can we freeze it?
The tree tried to eat us last night.
Yes, it did. It did try to eat us.
No, while you were sleeping, it tried to open the door.
I don't.
Something tried to open.
I don't.
Something tried to open the door, but we don't know what it was.
You wanna sneak over, see what we might glean? Maybe there may be traces of whatever there was last night.
I would like to sneak over to the wheel and turn it.
Okay, you're sneaking over.
Well, okay, I just go over to it.
Okay, and you turn it, and then you open it.
Yes.
Okay.
But like slowly, not stealthily, but slowly.
Okay. It creaks open. It's definitely not quiet. You guys haven't been talking quiet, so anything in there would know you're there. But it opens up, and you do not have dark vision, so it is totally pitch black in there, and you don't see much of anything at all.
May I light a torch?
You sure can. Okay, so
I light a torch.
You light a torch, and the light immediately casts in there, and you see the tree, and you can just kind of see it it's almost like it's breathing, like it's just snoring, like
I would like to walk a little bit into the room, like over to here, and
Okay.
try to speak to the tree in celestial or in common, celestial, and primordial in that order. I try to give like a simple greeting. Slightly
Using
nervous.
Lorax.
If it is sleeping,
Slightly
you will
nervous.
wake it up.
Oh, does anyone stop me?
Can you tell if it's sleeping or not?
I just described that you could easily see that it was sleeping, so it's up to you.
I'm gonna like kind of like reach out and like be like, wait. Bad idea. Don't do it by yourself. We need to be action ready. Someone who has we gotta freeze it. Someone who has freezing abilities should be around in case it wakes up none too pleased.
I respond to Chiron. I say, well, maybe we could try talking to it.
Maybe, but we did just try to kill it before.
Fitz
And it's
call,
sleeping.
Fitz calls behind Fitz calls behind Chiron and says, "You're gonna wake it up."
I mean, he was gonna wake it up in the first place anyway. So at least we're a team.
Well, I say,
Well, I didn't try to kill it. I guess. So maybe it won't be mad at me.
I mean, technically, I didn't try to kill it either. I was just trying to look at it, and it wanted to stab the fuck out of me. So you know what? You're free. You're a human. You're not a human. You're free to do what you want. You're free to do as you please.
Lulu, come down here. We all float down here.
We all float down here.
in that case,
I mean,
if no
I
one
guess
else...
I kind of hang out just a little bit behind Lulu to watch what goes on. Maybe I could try to help in case shit goes bad.
All right. So you're walking in with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay far as fuck away from it.
All right. Are you gonna like
before you guys do this? Hold on. What if we just tried sneaking past the tree one at a time?
We could try that.
I don't like that idea.
What if one of us tries to do it and the other people try to talk to the tree after somebody sneaks past?
What if one of us distracts the tree while talking to it?
The tree's got like 1,000,000 limbs, but it's asleep, and it has like 0 limbs when it's asleep.
0 limbs when it's asleep.
No, I think it still has limbs. It's just not using them.
Right. So what I'm saying is, how about if Sakapuno sneaks past the tree and does whatever monk bullshit he needs to do, and then after he's passed and safely passed, you guys can talk to the tree.
Okay. Do you relay this to the team?
Well, let's just assume that Sakapuno was saying this to you guys before you stepped further out the door.
Okay. In that case, Lulu like steps behind the table like this and makes like a go ahead, like after you motion.
Okay. All right, DM. Sakapuno is going to try to sneak past the tree into that doorway that's just past it that I'm assuming I can see with dark vision.
You can. So with dark vision, you can actually see all the way back to a door in the back.
Just make sure you take the outside wall.
All right.
Yep. Past it with as much distance between me and the tree as possible. All right. Oh god, if I die, I'm fucking coming back to haunt every one of you fuckers.
You chose to walk in.
Yeah, you're your own bugbear. No one made...
Yeah, but you idiots are gonna talk to a fucking tree, so let's go.
Alright,
Sneaking past.
So you sneak past and you get to about this point here, and you catch your foot on one of the little grooves that holds the oil from the pentagram, and you trip a little bit, you're like, oh, and then the tree's like, oh. the tree stops mid-store like, then it continues to snore.
My butt cheeks are clenched. All right.
Clenched bugbear butt.
Yeah.
Diamonds.
Do I make a check to continue?
No, you can keep continuing.
All right. I want to. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to make sure it's the right one. Okay. Oh.
No, I didn't say. I said you didn't need to make another check.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that part. Okay. Good,
Good.
because I'm gonna continue on going around the outside. Get to here,
Okay.
and I want to see what I can see from here.
And there's 3 doors. There's one there, and one there.
Can I hear anything from where I am besides the tree?
Roll me a perception check. Okay, so no, the
Mediocre tonight.
the tree's snoring too loud, and you don't really hear anything coming from behind these doors.
Story of my life.
Can trees get sleep apnea?
What are the doors made out of?
They are wood.
Okay. All right, I'm going to step all the way over to this door, but I'm not going to
They
open
look
it.
like pretty heavy wooden doors, though, by the way.
Okay. I'm going to step to that door and just stand in front of it, and I'm going to look towards Lulu, and I'm going to give her like a point at her, like a signal, like, okay, go ahead.
So Lulu
I don't
can't. Lulu cannot see you back there.
That's
About
right.
halfway past the tree, you disappeared into the shadows from Lulu's perspective.
Oh, okay. And I don't want to light a torch or anything like that.
I mean, Lulu has one lit on her side, and nothing seems to be amiss.
I know, but I still want to be careful. Because I can try to be stealthy. I guess I'm going to try to carefully, stealthy open the door that I'm in front of then.
Okay, roll me a stealth check. Okay, so you pretty stealthily try to twist the knob, but the knob will not budge.
Ooh, okay.
That sounds like a song.
I'm going to step over to this door, and I'm going to try the door. I don't want to actually open it all the way. I just want to test the knob to see if it's locked.
Okay, roll me another stealth check.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, again, the knob is locked.
Okay. And then I'm going to do the same to this door. Try to just test it without actually opening it carefully.
Okay, one more stealth check.
Ooh, nice. They're getting better and better.
And again, it's locked.
So I'm going to yell as loud as possible, "All right, Lulu, wake him up!"
Do you really?
Yeah. I really do.
All right, so as soon as you do, the tree immediately wakes up and it starts flailing its limbs around again, and immediately this like oil almost seems to be coming from the tree, and it drips off the branches, and its branches seem like newly healed, and it just seems like it's back to its full glory, and this oil drips off the top, off the ends of all of its little branches, and fills the little now empty grooves on the floor, and then all of a sudden the pentagram comes to life with fire again.
Ooh.
So when Chiron got grappled, he was like past this point, right?
Yes. I think he
Okay.
was like about right here.
Okay. So Lulu gets spooked by that, kind of like hiding under the table, like holding onto the table edge, like hiding her. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Words, they're
think.
hard.
Like she's ducking under the table. She's not actually going underneath it.
You mean ducking down beside the table?
Yes.
Okay.
Like she got spooked from that.
Yeah, this table is actually, I haven't really described the table in a lot of detail, but it's almost like some sort of like sacrificial slab. It's solid all the way down. There's no legs.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I wasn't trying to get under it anyway.
Okay.
So after the tree is awakened for a bit, I kind of like peek up and look at the tree again.
Okay.
Do I see anything? Like, do I have any understanding of like if it were to be looking in a direction, what it's looking at?
No. It's
Okay.
just standing where it stands, and it's definitely pissed. It's making the same sounds it was making before.
Okay, so
Being a loud ass tree.
Lulu nervously moves out from the side of the table and takes like a few steps this way and stops right about here.
Okay.
And like she kind of nervously says in her 3 languages, common.
Right before you say that, one of the branches lunges out and stops like a foot in front of your face, and then it pulls it back and starts flailing around.
So Lulu is super bored from that. Like, oh jeez. And after she calms down for a second, she says in her 3 languages, common, celestial, and primordial in that order, like a short greeting, like "Hello, do you understand me?"
The tree does not seem to be phased by any of it.
Doesn't seem to understand any of the 3 languages.
As far as you can tell, it's just still pissed. And it sends another branch flying towards your face, but just still you're too far out of reach.
I want to take out a ration and like toss it on the ground in front of me.
Okay, like where? Where in front of you?
Like I'm not throwing it at the tree. That would seem aggressive. I'm tossing it in front of me, like right here.
Okay. Alright, so you toss the ration out on the ground, and as soon as it hits the ground, that same branch comes, whoosh, just like sticks right into the middle of the ration and pulls it back. And it's now speared on the end of the branch.
Oof.
So maybe standing in the middle of those pentagrams. Not a good idea, guys. Could have got stabbed a bunch of times.
So I want to repeat in my 3 languages in that order again. I want to try to say to the tree, could you let us pass through?
The tree doesn't respond or anything.
You are not the Lorax. You do not speak for the trees.
I say in my 3 languages. Lunge at me if yes. Lunge at me twice if no.
Are you a murderer? Check yes or no.
I
ask, lunge once if yes, lunge twice if no.
And it just says, as it has been, it lunges at you one more time, and still you're too far away.
So is that a yes?
Lulu immediately regrets her decisions in how to try to communicate with the tree. Okay, so instead Lulu says in the 3 languages, just back to back, lunge to the left if yes, lunge to the right if no.
Again, it just lunges straight at your face and misses.
You're talking to a fucking tree, dude.
Well, it seems to obviously have sort of sentience.
Oh, wait, hold on. Ooh.
Does it, though?
It seems like it.
I mean,
it's
you could
boring.
talk to an... But animals don't have sentience and they can sleep.
Yeah, but it was like snoring.
Animals snore.
You
ever had a cat?
Pretty sure this pig behind me is snoring right now.
That's amazing. Okay, but I have an idea, guys. If we all try to sneak past, I could cast darkness.
You can't sneak past. I woke it up by yelling.
Yeah, it's
but I have darkness. I have the ability to cast darkness, I think.
I don't think the tree sees anything, though. I don't think it's got eyes.
Yeah, you don't know if the tree needs light or not. It doesn't seem to, given that it's been able to attack in pretty much no light.
But we can't tell if it just like... All right. Yeah,
is there
this
a
is such an
stone here?
impasse. This is just so annoying at this point. Yo, who's got the ice stuff? Why don't we try to like...
I was just gonna say, why'd you guys take a long rest?
Yeah, just ice it, and we fucking run past. We just run. This is not something we're supposed to be fighting.
So, is there a stone near me, like a rock?
smart idea. You could like hold up a stone and let it hit that while you're walking past. Just-
Oh, that's not.
Lulu throws a stone at it and asks it to write something for it.
No, I was just gonna toss a stone at it, see what it does with the stone if it tries to lunge at that.
I say we just ice the bitch and we just run past. I'm getting bored of trying to fight it, bro. When we come back with a really big weed whacker, we can take care of it, okay? But right now,
I think we should probably just call it for tonight and just end it here.
With
We can pick up where we
Sakamoto.
left off.
Oh boy.
Maybe next week, like a really blood elf can help you. Who has a history of burning down trees.
All right, we'll just call it for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching episode 9 of Echoverse, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
bye-bye.
Don't forget to spay and neuter your pets.
Sponsored by insert sponsor here.